Long ago, Jesus told a story about a wealthy father and his two sons. They had everything they needed, but one son dreamed of a different life. The younger son believed happiness was waiting somewhere far away. He wanted freedom, excitement, and a life without rules. One day, he said something that broke his father's heart. "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." In those days, asking for an inheritance before a father died was deeply insulting. Yet the father said nothing and gave his son everything. With pockets full of money and dreams, the young man left home, believing he would never return. In the city, he spent his fortune on parties, luxury, and people who only loved his money. But one morning, every coin was gone. His friends disappeared, and his nightmare had only just begun. Then disaster struck. A great famine spread across the land. Food became scarce, and the young man had nothing left, not even enough to buy a piece of bread. He begged for work from anyone who would listen. But no one wanted to help a stranger who had wasted everything. Finally, he found a job feeding pigs. For a Jewish man, this was one of the lowest and most humiliating jobs imaginable. He became so hungry that even the food given to the pigs looked delicious, but no one offered him anything to eat. For the first time, he stopped blaming others. He remembered his father's home, where even the servants had more than enough to eat. With tears in his eyes, he whispered, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." With nothing left but hope, he began the long journey home, never imagining what his father was about to do next. Every single day, the father stood outside his house, looking down the road, hoping his lost son would come home. Then one morning, he saw someone walking toward him. The clothes were torn, the body was weak, but a father's heart recognized what everyone else would have missed. Instead of turning away, the father ran. In those days, respected elderly men never ran. But love was greater than pride. Before the son could explain himself, his father wrapped him in a loving embrace. There was no anger, only unconditional love. The son said, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father interrupted him. "Bring the best robe, put a ring on his finger, and sandals on his feet. My son is home." The celebration had just begun, but someone else was furious. The older brother refused to come inside. As the older brother returned from the fields, he heard music, laughter, and celebration coming from the house. Confused, he asked a servant, "What's happening?" The servant replied, "Your brother has returned safely, and your father is celebrating." Instead of feeling joy, anger filled his heart. He refused to step inside. Once again, the father chose love. He left the celebration and went outside to speak with his older son. "I've served you faithfully for years," the older brother said, "yet you never celebrated with me. But this son wasted everything, and you welcome him back." The father answered softly, "My son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate, because your brother was dead and is alive again. He was lost, and now he is found." The older brother stood silent. What would he choose? The older brother stood in silence. He had a choice to make: hold on to his anger, or step inside and celebrate with his family. The father didn't force him. He simply invited him. Love never forces, it always welcomes. For the first time, the older brother realized that forgiveness is harder than obedience, but it is also more powerful. Jesus told this story to reveal the heart of God, a father who never stops loving his children no matter how far they have gone, no matter how broken your past may be. There is always a road that leads back to the Father's love. That is why Jesus shared this unforgettable story, not just to tell a parable, but to invite every lost heart back to God. Maybe today, you are the lost son, or maybe you are the older brother. Either way, God's love is waiting for you. If you want more life-changing Bible stories, subscribe and walk with us through God's Word.